Hey, everybody. I am 2 days late. I was going to jump on here a couple of days ago. Let me change my glasses. I have a special pair of glasses that actually kind of takes the glare out. So that's a little better. So a couple days ago, the world came to an end, right? Everybody was scrambling because all of a sudden Facebook went down and all the other associated platforms out there, and people were freaking out. And the main reason, not because they lost their favorite addictive toy. If you're like a lot of people, you were thinking, oh my goodness, how I'm in the middle of running a launch and I can't reach out and talk to these people, or I'm, growing my business and everything is on this platform. If you're watching this, let me know in the comments if you had any of those feelings, because it's very scary, right? Um, all of a sudden you cannot communicate with your people. Now, I have been saying this for a long time. If you've been around for a while, email is not dead. Let me tell you, let me say it again. Email is not dead, and it probably never will die. Yes. People's inboxes are flooded. Yes, emails are going into spam. Uh, you know, the list could go on and on. Yes, it's a friction because you email somebody and maybe you don't hear back from them right away. And when you're on something live, you're doing a DM or Facebook Live, whatever it is, you can get that instant communication if they're there and if they're paying attention. But here is the deal. We don't own any of this real estate. Let that sink in for a minute. If you are serious about building your business, you have to remember that for the long term, if you're serious about your business, you need to own the real estate. And so, what do I mean by that? Let's take a literal brick building. Now, most business owners can't afford to, buy the building, but they have a lease, an ironclad lease. Hopefully they do, so that the business coming to them, they own it. All right. Compared to, I don't know, you set up a cart in the middle of a mall, but people have to go through somebody else first and they capture their name and phone number and all that kind of stuff, and you only get to talk to them. You're not owning that business. And so that is what's going on with social media. If you've never thought about it. Now, I'm all into organically growing my business. Most of my business comes to me organically, but I get their details, I get their email, I get their phone number, get their address if I can, because it's my business, it's my contacts. All right. So I'll get off my soapbox here, but I am just telling you that when you're building your business, you need to make sure that it's great to use social media, but you also need to make sure that you're collecting that information so that those are your leads. And by that, I mean so that you can reach out to them. So when, not if, but when social media goes down again, or when your all-in-one marketing program goes down, technology is going to break. Things change and all of that. So you need some way of connecting with these people. And the only way you can do it is if you have their email address and all of the other details. And just another little side note, you'll notice that a lot of these all-in-one programs, they're now offering SMS or text messaging, which is great. I use it just a little bit, but then right away, all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, this is great!" So I can start texting people because we have our phones with us constantly, right? So already there's, legislation being created, and there's jump through this hoop, jump through that hoop. It doesn't mean that it's not, it's not a great way. Definitely it is. But again, you have to own that information. So when you get a client or you get a lead, do you have their email address? Do you have their physical address? You know what? Back in the day, the only marketing was sending postcards, direct mail messaging, and it worked. Maybe it wasn't as efficient because now we can put our message out there, but it worked. And they had that database of people's contact information. All right. If that's making sense, let me know. Yes. And again, if because I'm using StreamYard, you have to give StreamYard permission if you want me to see your name. But yes, somebody else said I've told Abby many times, we have to build our list and get the details. I had sent out a link to a little freebie. If you haven't gotten it, there's no opt-in or sign in or anything like that. Just let me know and I can share the link, and I'll share the link afterwards in the comments also. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm saying share a lot, aren't I? So let me share my screen. All right, and move this little guy out of the way and open this up. So if you didn't see this little download, this is what it looks like. Whoa, that's kind of big. All right. Let me just shrink this down a little bit so you can see it. So I have several ideas of how you can connect with your people and start growing your list, growing your database. And so these are just some ideas, and most of these are very easy. It just takes a little time. So the first one is a YouTube channel. If you're doing any kind of training, any kind of educational, we all can teach somebody something. You should start a YouTube channel. It's free. And it doesn't matter if my computer keeps beeping, which is irritating. So on the YouTube channel, it doesn't matter that, I only have 10 followers or, 10 people to subscribe or whatever. It just means that you have another platform that you can direct people to. So if you're used to doing Facebook Live all the time and Facebook goes down, are you posting, which that's what I do. When you create a video, then you can also share it or post it out on YouTube. So I can, at any time, I can always direct my people to my YouTube channel, and they can watch all of these great training things that I'm offering you, right? So that's one way. Are you blogging? Are you sending out emails? Always have some kind of an opt-in, because again, that's another great way of collecting that data. You don't want to be so passive that, okay, here's all this free stuff, but I'm not going to gather any data. It's okay. If you're sharing something of value, don't hesitate. Go ahead and put an opt-in so you can at least get their name and email. Are you doing a podcast? Now, I'm not a podcaster per se, but I use a fabulous tool called Hello Audio, and I can put the link in the comments also. Fabulous, because basically you can create a podcast on the quick and easy. After I do a Facebook Live, I also upload my video to this platform, and it converts it into a mini podcast, and I share it with my tribe. Super easy. Okay, websites, kind of back in the day when we first were getting into the internet world, everything was all about your website, right? Again, do you have something of value that people are willing to part with their name and email? Don't hold back. Don't try to just give them some cheesy little thing. Give them something of value. Give people something that they literally would pay for. It doesn't have to be hugely expensive, but when they see the value, they are willing to share that valuable information, their name and email. How about being a guest speaker on somebody else's podcast? Again, most podcast authors are looking for guest speakers. They're looking to introduce more content for their audience. And usually there's an opportunity at the end. If nothing else, they'll say, where can people learn more about you? So you can either direct them back to your website, direct them to your freebie. But again, it's an easy way to put information out there and to get the opt-in. All right. Is that making sense? Hey, Carla, so happy that you joined me. I started the session out saying I'm 2 days late. I'm getting this done, but here I am. All right, so let's continue down the list. One thing that I haven't done yet, but it's on my list, is to write articles, to be a guest post or a guest author for magazines. Again, the bottom line at the end of the day, people who are in the business for content creation, people that are putting out shows, putting out podcasts, putting out magazines, whether it's online or in person, they are always looking for great content and new faces and new ideas. So, don't think that you have to, be an expert writer, but can you transfer some of the knowledge that you have and put it into a magazine article? And again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to build our tribe. We're trying to build our list of people that love us. And so these are just different alternatives instead of relying solely on social media. And then the next thing, of course, is something that I teach and I also build for people, is to have funnels in place. And again, those funnels will take like a group of people and bring them into your network, nurture them, love on them, and hopefully they'll buy from you, but you're gathering that contact information. So that's super important. Another one that some people overlook a lot of times is your email signature. So on your email, do you have some kind of a call to action? It could be as simple as click here for a free biz assessment, or click here to join my Facebook group. Now, I will say on the email signature, the temptation is that you'll want to advertise everything that you have. Join my Facebook group, opt in for this free challenge. And oh, by the way, here's an awesome little thing, et cetera, et cetera. As the saying goes, a confused mind doesn't buy. And so if there's too many choices, we just kind of freeze up. So make it easy, pick one thing. And again, if you're using a variety of these different ways to grow your list, just pick one thing to use in your email signature. And it might be, something as simple as I help people build and grow their online business through funnels. Click here to learn more. And, you could even just take them to your website. It doesn't have to be an opt-in. It just depends on the people that you're emailing. But I want you to think about that's like wasted real estate that a lot of people aren't using. Another option of things you can do is to write a guest blog. So similar to writing a guest magazine article, but write a guest blog with an opt-in. And again, people who are in the business to provide content, they're always looking for new people. And you could take this, we're looking for ways outside of social media. So if people have membership sites, again, there's all kinds of Facebook groups, but if people have membership sites outside of social media, maybe it's a paid membership group that people belong to. Again, they're always looking for great people to come in and share a guest speaker tip because they want that value. All right. Another tip, a video on your web page. it's all about video now. It's all about engagement. It's all about that personal one-to-one. And there's a lot of us, maybe we think, well, do I really want to get in front of the camera? Do I really want to put my makeup on? I look too fat. I'm too old. We could make a whole list of reasons. At the end of the day, people don't care. People just want to make human connections. And I've decided I'm just throwing all those excuses out the window for myself. So I'm starting to put more videos like on my webpage, who I am, how I help people. Look for opportunities to create videos and throw them out there someplace, any place. All right. Because again, we're looking for ways, because the social media, the bottom line is it's all about social, right? They started it to give people a platform to socially interact with one another. Well, if all social media went down tomorrow, you still have your web page. So create that video, and at least you're meeting them halfway, and they're feeling like they're getting to see you, know you, the whole know, like, and trust thing. All right. Another option are conferences and retreats. Retreats are really starting to take off now. So what can you do if you have the opportunity to visit these? And, we're kind of starting to get back into face-to-face areas, but even virtual. So if you've joined a virtual retreat or summit, I mean, you want to make sure that you have permission, but a lot of times there's like breakout rooms where you can have conversations. What we're looking for is places to build connection with people and offering them something of value, and then directing them to that. So, you don't want to be scammy and say, hey, who wants my opt-in, when you're like in a breakout room or something. But if you're offering something of value and somebody says, oh, that sounds really interesting, you can just say, oh, that's great. If you go to my webpage, there's a button and you can download it. Very casual, but what you're doing is you're building that pipeline. Yes, Carla, that is so true. She's saying that, yes, we have so many objections, yes, to doing video. Yes, yes, yes. And so let's just stop it. Let's just do video, because when we're out having coffee, when we're meeting with people, we're just happy to be with people. And, it doesn't matter what our own feelings are. Other people don't see us that way. They just say, oh, wow, she was really nice, or wow, I really learned a lot. That's what they remember. So let's throw all those excuses out and start doing video. Maybe I'll do a little video challenge here. If you're in my Facebook group, where we're going to challenge to start doing some videos. I'll put something together for next week on that. All right, so back to the list here: conferences, summits, all that kind of stuff. Then the next thing is the text message opt-in. Now this is really powerful. I love this. Again, you have to have their phone number to do it, but one thing you can do is you can say, if you would like to get my ABC checklist, type the word win, or whatever it is. And then it's kind of like a bot that works in the background, and then it will send you to a link that you just fill in the information, and then you get that goodie. So how easy is that? And especially if you're like in a kind of a group setting, just make it something very easy. Win, 3 letters. Okay. So you could just say, oh, if you give me your phone number, or, send me a text, the idea, get the phone number and just say type win, and that will send that off. So I think that's an awesome thing. And then the last thing are bots. I was using bots for a little bit, and I had gotten away from it, but it's coming back on my radar to do this. Bots are great because you don't have to do anything. People show up, and then a little bot pops up saying, can I help you, or whatever. But the nice thing with bots is you can set them up so it will direct people. Hey, thanks for visiting. Before you leave, you might be interested in this XYZ opt-in or XYZ checklist or whatever. And so you're kind of catching them in the moment, and then they're like, oh, okay, why not? And then they'll fill out the information. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, Carla's saying, and Carla's mentioning a platform, Video Palooza, I think, where everybody, oh, I like that, where everybody, they were doing a competition, and we love competing and we love prizes, and then got everybody to go live. So maybe I'll do that. We just need to get out of our own skin. All right. So again, the whole idea of today's little rant at the beginning is, if you're serious about building your business, as the saying goes, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if that basket falls down, all your eggs are broken, right? And so as much as we use social media in our business, we don't want to rely on it 100%. And there's all kinds, and this is just scratching the surface. We could do a brainstorming session, and I'm sure come up with 20 more ways that you can get your message out, and most importantly, ways to have some kind of a call to action so that you can capture at least their name and their email, because that's where the gold is. The gold is in the emails, because at least you own that. Does that make sense? All right. Let me stop sharing my screen. Bring this back here. So that's what I have to share with you today. So go out there and pick one or two things and make a decision that you're going to start spending some time cultivating that area. And let me know if you're watching this in the Facebook group. Let me know what you've decided to do, and we can kind of keep each other accountable. All right. Does that sound good? All right. As always, if you're watching this on replay, let me know that you've watched it on replay. That helps me. If you're watching it on my YouTube channel and you haven't joined my Facebook group where I do some live training, make sure you do that, and have a great day. All right. Take care, everybody.